Wednesday night, world famous late night at the Lege. Appreciate you guys showing up. Appreciate you. I really do. I know I say that all the time, and sometimes it may sound like I'm being glib, but I'm being honest. I remember not having information when I started this work. I remember not feeling like I could ask questions about the process. And so as we dive deeper going into the end of this year and going into next year, I kind of focused on the basics for a reason. Because, there's a lot of people who are justice impacted, directly impacted, that want to run for office. And that's really the impetus on why I felt like this was the platform to kind of talk that out, but also really talk about why I felt comfortable running for office. Because it was never, again, about ambition. I'm sorry. Let's start off. My name is Conway Jr. Thank y'all for showing up Wednesday night. If you haven't done so already, lewisconwayjr.com, JusticeImpacted.Info. If you want the new book, we have a new Justice Impacted Organizers Handbook. You can go over to JusticeImpacted.Info. Check that out if you want to. We'll get you a copy of it. We'll also get you Change the Weather, the book as well. So if you go to JusticeImpacted.Info, you can have action at that. So going back to what I was saying at the top, one of the impetus of my doing this series, right, talking to y'all late at night on a Wednesday night, first of all, it's after my work hours. So it's not interrupting, it's not interfering that. But secondly, it's about, when I ran for office, I had a full-time job. I didn't have the financial support to not have to work, right? So hopefully what I'm doing is giving you folks that are interested in running for office. So we're going to talk to Latanya Tate. We're going to talk to my man Andy the Hood candidate. Hopefully we'll talk to Terry Simmons, Keita Haynes. Hopefully we'll talk to people who are formerly incarcerated, who have run for office, who have won, and some who haven't, right? But I want to suss out the struggles. I want to kind of talk about, what we felt was lacking, what we felt, we needed help. For me, when I ran for office, the reason why I felt comfortable in those candidate forums, the reason why I felt comfortable in interviews, the reason why I felt comfortable in those endorsement sessions is because I had passed pieces of legislation at the municipal level as well as the state level, right? I knew the legislative process. I knew what it took to get support across both sides of the aisle. I understood what it meant to activate communities, folks who are directly impacted by issues. I understood phone banking. I understood fundraising. But I also understood that I had to have a platform that was not only going to be palatable to the politicals, but also it had to be palatable to the people that I was trying to fight for, right? So that meant I had to talk about taxes. I should have been talking about criminal justice, but I had to talk about taxes. I had to talk about healthcare. Now that I know better, I would have just stayed in my lane and talked about criminal justice, right? So that's what I want to do. I want this platform, as we talk about organizing and as we talk about centralizing this power of folks who are directly impacted and leveraging that lived experience in a way that allows us to be more effective at the ledge, we cannot only work from the outside, we're going to have to work from the inside. We're going to have people who are not only pushing for policy, but we're going to need people to pass policy. We're not only going to need folks on the ground getting people out, registering folks to vote. We're going to have to put somebody up there to vote for. So it's not just about how to do this work, although this is also, this platform here is to raise your legislative advocacy IQ, but it's about coalescing that power, leveraging that lived experience of cages and disenfranchisement, being denied access, being denied a fair chance. It's about taking those paradigms and creating a central power system where participatory democracy is at the root of it, right? So that means we're going to use our stories not just in a way that allows us to move a bill, but we're going to use our stories that allows us to build power to win.com.org. That's what this is about. It's about me realizing what I needed when I ran for office, realizing what I needed when I began as an organizer. I'm often transparent about it, and I will always be transparent about it. I came out of the strip club. I was a DJ. I was a strip club DJ when we were recruited to run a campaign for fair chance hiring. When I was elected the political director of the Second Chance Democrats, I didn't even know I could vote. So imagine had I known what I'm sharing with you then when I started. Even if I didn't know if the information had been accessible, available, if organizations, nonprofits were able to work better with formerly incarcerated people, justice impacted people, people who have a trauma impacted or trauma informed expertise, experience. If those organizations are able to not only, center the voices, but diversify leadership in a way that allows us to impact policy from the crafting stage, from the drafting stage to the passing stage. So it becomes a different type of leveraging of expertise, if you will. And so that's what Late Night at the Ledge is about. In the coming weeks, tomorrow night is my wife's birthday, so that's why I don't have a guest on the line. And I'm sorry that you have to deal with me. I apologize. But next week, hopefully we'll have on Sister Latanya Tate. She just won in Alabama City Council. Congratulations to her. Also, shout out to Reform and the work that they are doing. They are sponsoring us through Equally Yoked. Shout out to Equally Yoked as well. EYMAC.org. Work your way over there. Also go to lewisconwayjr.com and see some of the trainings, free trainings that we have up to offer. But right now, Late Night at the Ledge. I think we got Late Night at the Ledge.com to try that out and see see if it works. I want you to go back through some of the early videos because those are the basics, right? You can't ever get past the basics. You can't, there's no such thing as I already know that, right? Because when you take that approach, that means it's going to be hard for us to win because your learning curve, your trainability, right? right? So go back, watch some of the videos. I know it may feel pedantic. I know it may feel like I'm going over stuff that you already know, but it's purposeful because I want you to embrace running a campaign locally. I want you to take one of these ideas and run with it locally, and I'm right there to help you. I'm not going to like give you a handbook and not help you run the plays, right? So this is all purposeful. It's a space for us to build power together, for us to build community, right? And it's also for us to ideate and build this centralized power of folks who are directly impacted by the criminal legal systems of America, and God bless closing prisons. I mean, at the end of the day, I ain't gonna lie. This is all in the pursuit of abolition. I must be transparent. I have no other political desire but to abolish the use of prisons and cages as a means of social control. I don't shy from that. I'm very clear. I'm very clear-eyed about why I'm passionate about teaching people who have been behind those steel bars on what we must do to close those cages. We got to educate ourselves. All right. Wednesday night. Appreciate you guys showing up late night at the Ledge every Wednesday. We're going to do this at 10 p.m. Eastern Time. If you don't catch it live, you can always catch us on the podcast. BuildingPowerToWin.com is another way for you to tap in. All right, you guys be good. Appreciate you as always. Y'all have an amazing evening. I'll catch you next time.